Welcome back to a special edition of the Habs Nation Podcast on a great Monday night, January 22nd, 2024. We're going to be here for a couple hours together talking about the Montreal Canadiens news update. The Sheriff is back with the Montreal Canadiens, and most of the fans, honestly, all the fans from the Montreal Canadiens are very happy to have a Xhekaj and with the Montreal Canadiens and see what is going to be an impact for the next couple of games. But again, the big news of the day, we're going to talk about this tonight. We'd like to hear your comments. What do you think about the return of the Sheriff, Arber Xhekaj, with the Montreal Canadiens? Did he learn something? Did he going to apply what he learned in Laval? How he's going to have minutes on the power play, minutes on PK, and how many minutes are you going to play per game in all these different circumstances for Martin Saint Louis, how he's going to use Xhekaj, and what's the impact he's going to make for the Montreal Canadiens. Are they going to stop the loss of the last two games? And all the different thing about that, we're going to talk about this tonight. And then, of course, Montreal had two other news. One is for Justin Barron is going to be now down and with the Laval Rockets, and then they send on the waiver Mitchell 7 on the waiver, and we're going to wait 24 hours before it may be returned with the Laval Rockets, or maybe get claimed by any other team in NHL. We'll definitely know more about this tomorrow. But the impact of that one was that I will say to you also, because Mitchell sent down to Laval, expect Todd Pearson to be back in the lineup tomorrow. My biggest problem for that part, or the one I don't understand, Montreal have only three center now. They have Suzuki, Monahan, and Evans. I'm going to tell you one more thing here. Nobody talk about this. Sean Monahan is hurt. Sean Monahan have a lot of treatment days in the last couple of weeks. And the last 2 weeks, he skipped 4 days of treatment days. So I don't know if it's for prevention. I don't know if it's to be sure about the little injury he has to not aggravate that injury. But it's not normal. You give many treatment days like that in the last couple of days or couple of weeks to a specific player. So I bet they have something we don't know about Sean Monahan, but it's something you have to follow up. Definitely, we know Sean Monahan is really the biggest trade bait for the Montreal Canadiens. And honestly, on the trade bait right now in NHL, he's maybe the second center behind Elias Lindholm for the Calgary Flames. So another conversation to talk about this night. I would love to hear for your comments. And each of your opinion are going to be respectful. I'm going to see what you feel about the impact of Xhekaj with the Montreal Canadiens. Some are really excited about that. They believe going to be an impact for the Montreal, but we're going to see what we got in the chat tonight. So conversation, guys, is all about you tonight. It's about Xhekaj. Give us a little bit more information about that. First of all, like we do at the beginning, we welcome everybody. And Habs Nation is in the house tonight. Habs Nation, thanks to be with our Canadian show. We tried to get fixed this problem we got here and now on that one. It's going to get 96 maybe. It's going to be impact. Maybe that'll helping a little bit more on the top of this. On this one, maybe add a little bit more increasing the screw drill. There we go. Mr. Habs, welcome in the house. Rick Bengal is in the house. They scare me. They scared to send you guys down for one season. What is does the perform not allow Rick? And I will tell you why they don't send Uri Sakeski, because he's performing in NHL. That's the reason he stay in NHL. The reason he stay in NHL also, Rick, is because his progression compared from last year with the Montreal Canadiens, and thirdly, is under the wing of Martin Saint Louis every single day. They improve Uri Sakeski, and that's the only reason why he's maybe the best player in the NHL draft 2022, performing in NHL like Simon Nemec. During the time, Shane Wright is still in American Hockey League. I don't know why he's still there, but they look like it's not good enough right now to play in the NHL, Rick. Unfortunately, you don't see that. You don't want to tell us that. But right now, Shane Wright does not have enough skill and talent players and not enough develop and not enough progress to have a job in NHL with the Seattle Kraken, where is a team of average in NHL. He cannot beat any center with the Seattle Kraken. If you want to know more about this, Rick, I will give you a little bit more the center for the Seattle Kraken. So let's see who they have as a center with the Seattle Kraken. So Shane Wright cannot beat right now Yannick Gord, Alexander Wenberg, and Matthew Matthews and John Hayden. That's low you can be right now, Rick, about Shane Wright. It cannot be an NHL right now because it cannot be better at John Hayden. If you want to know who is John Hayden, Rick, a little bit more information about him. John Hayden, he is right now 28 years old, born in Chicago, 6'3", a right shoulder, and he was drafted 74 overall pick. So we have a 74 overall pick, better at the fourth overall pick in NHL 2022 called Shane Wright. So I don't know why can you tell you more. You don't see that. You don't want to tell us that. You just believe Sakowski should be only in the American Hockey League. So at the time, Sakowski doing very well in NHL, play on the first line, and Shane Wright cannot make any game in American in an NHL so far this year. You talk about this progression, you talk about this development. I call this regression, and that's what he is right now. Shane Wright, a great hockey player, playing American Hockey League. When he's going to play 150 games in NHL, we're going to talk a little bit more about Shane Wright. During the time, Sakowski is doing a really good job beside who? Cole Caulfield and Nick Suzuki. Progression, development, and he still play in NHL. That's the difference between Sakowski development and Shane Wright development. The fact out there, Rick, whatever you don't said, you don't believe it, you don't see this, the fact out there, Sakowski is an NHL and Shane Wright play an American Hockey League and he played an OHL last season. So whatever you said again that, they are the fact right there. They are there. The next 5 years, now you're going to review this again, said, you know what? I may be right or maybe I was wrong. The fact out there, Rick, Sakowski play in NHL and Wright play in California and Nevada and American Hockey League. That's it. That's all. Can I tell you more about that? Sheriff went down. Rick said development is game now. They need to send one RSAC. That's what it's about. Now, he sent down to his development. Can we see the improvement in NHL? Can we see he's going to prove to the Montreal Canadiens he learned something better? His difficulty was his skating backwards, right? And his edges and his cap control. This is what he needs to improve and see what he's going to look like in NHL. First pass, and then if you want a little bit more, it's about the transition of the game to adjust his speed with the game. At the beginning, didn't have a lot of the speed. Again, the pressure of the forechecking for opponent team. But we'll see what he look like in the next couple of days. On aurait peut-être plus rappelé Norlander au Mailloux. Alors, Nicolas, Mailloux, first of all, is the right defenseman. He need more improvement. And then secondly, Norlander is 23 years old. You need to focus on the players going to be a part of the Montreal Canadiens in the future. And that's the reason you should get, that's the reason Xhekaj is there, is with the Montreal. That's a great step for him to learn and to see what he look like in Montreal. So what's happening there? JJ even said that JJ is a big fan of Xhekaj. He believes is a top pairing in NHL. So we have to be honest with you, JJ. That's what he said. He get a lot of ice time. He drive on play big minutes. So for JJ Evans, he believes Xhekaj is the same style of the player playing on the top pairing like Pietrangelo, Doug Hamilton, Jacob Slavin, Chris Letang, what can they? Aaron Ekblad, and you know what I'm talking about. So for JJ, he believes he is the first pairing in NHL. We'll see if Montreal is going to move out Madison, push back in on the second pairing, third pairing, and bring Xhekaj on the first pairing. the game tomorrow will tell us this happening, JJ. And again, nothing wrong. This is your opinion, and I respect that. And hopefully, Xhekaj is going to do well with the Montreal Canadiens, like the team. And we want him to become a great asset and inside of Montreal Canadiens for sure, JJ. Abination is a house. Big bad boom. Here we go, Abination. And on any normal draft year, about that, Larry Lavalley, welcome in the house. It's directly from Arizona. Thanks to be with our Canadian show. Hopefully in the world. 6 game in NHL, guys. The Jet losing 2-1 against the Boston Bruins at the middle of the third period. The Golden Knight, guys, 5. The Devils 4. A lot of goals, 9 goals during that game. On the flip side, middle of the second period, Panthers, Predators 0-0. Pittsburgh Coyotes just saw the game 0-0. And that's what we got so far. We all get you guys who have gone 4 to 6 draft year, where to pick forces and have to start in American Hockey League. But it depends on the player, Rick, right? It depends on the development, their size, everything like that. Zach Benson draft what 11, 13, Rick, and he start and with the Buffalo Sabres. Cole Selinger, same situation 2 years ago. Everybody is different. Everybody have their own path for that one. Luciano Graziano is in the house tonight. Welcome back, Mr. Luciano. Luciano said, welcome back. Back the sheriff. Samuel, welcome in the house. Xhekaj and Montreal. Gonna be trouble. Is not. Xhekaj is back. Gonna be trouble. Xhekaj is back. Will be interesting. RJ Clabro is in the house tonight to give us all the update what's going on with the NHL. Thanks so much, RJ. Mr. Claude Richard, dans la belle province de l'Ontario, dans la région d'Ottawa, la capitale du Canada. Il est de retour avec nous ce soir. And a great go Habs. No, go Habs. Go Xhekaj. Go. Here we go. What about Mr. Nartap, co-host of the weekly recap and the locker room recap report? I'm watching the game Boston. That's why I stopped about that one. Welcome back, Mr. Enartap, back in the house. Corey Parison, 1-year contract. Thanks so much, RJ. I think they are a trade Ottawa. Not really concerned where all must play. Good evening, Mr. Luciano. Thanks to the Canadian show. Hello, Trader, Jim, and Mod addition. Spare coach, I think Ben Xhekaj back is great. He does not matter this year. As you have said, coach, he's better to learn from Adam Nicola and Martin Saint Louis. I agree with you about that. I understand the NHL. Many people believe it's not lead the development, but if you can hanging there, if you can have more touch, if you can be a part of that, it's better there at play in American Hockey League. That's some point. That's for sure. But again, you have to be sure you're part of that, and you still keep to stay in NHL for sure. Rick, Mr. Gary Conway is in the house tonight. About and others, the show is back. Here we go, Gary Conway. AK back in the house. Andy Kuvila is in the house tonight. Welcome back, William McClary, directly from Ontario. Welcome back, both of you. AK and Alberta and the Frozen over there, maybe. But coach said it's better to have reps in NHL, right? So great for Xhekaj to team from FC. And you're absolutely right about this, Rick. He's going to be great with the Montreal Canadiens. I have no doubt. Xhekaj is going to be a great hockey player in NHL. No doubt in my mind. No doubt for Xhekaj. For that. LDP is in the house directly from Newfoundland. Welcome back, Mr. LDP. We have our friend Randy. Welcome back. Hopefully doing well, Mr. Randy, and you're doing great in Alberta. Listen, after watching Patrick Roy post-game interview after his first win, I realized Ottawa just drew their wall future away, not hiring him as a coach. Good luck, Senator. Behind that, right, Luciano, is the impact of Patrick Roy. His reputation he built in NHL as a goaltender, as a winner. is Hall of Famer career, make an impact major in the Quebec province, right? Same is with Islanders. Everybody after the Montreal Canadiens is about Patrick Roy now. TV Sport had more game for the Islanders. Everybody want to watch the Islanders. Everybody for cheering for the Islanders right now. The second favorite team right now in Quebec is the Islanders now because of Patrick Roy. You can see before the press conference, before the game, during the game, and after the game, what he create, what he bring, passion, and the people in Quebec are passionate about the hockey. So you're absolutely right. The Ottawa Senator miss a great opportunity to have an icon like Patrick Roy and Ottawa. Imagine 2 minutes, Ottawa Senator versus Montreal Canadiens and Patrick Roy, head coach of the Ottawa Senator. The rivalry of Quebec is back in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, Ottawa Senator sleep again on the switch. They believe Jacques Martin is the king of the coach in NHL, and they go with him. Said that, we wish the best for the Ottawa Senator. But during that time, Patrick Roy would try to turn around the New York Islanders to be a team could maybe make the playoff. But one thing and what happening, guys, no player for the Islanders are going to take a day off with him. They're going to work hard every single day. He will bring fire behind the bench and during the practice. And that's the impact of Patrick Roy. Well said, my friend. The news about Xhekaj being called up is going around the league. Impactful players. You're absolutely about this, Gary. The impact of Xhekaj is unique. If you know about what happened with Tom Wilson with the Capitals, Washington, the forward power, and that Xhekaj could become that kind of players as a defenseman in NHL. And that will create a little bit more animosity for tomorrow night before, again, the Ottawa Senator. And I think the Montreal feel they need a little bit more physicality. And from the D, they gave what? 15 goals in the last 2 games. That's not normal for the Montreal Canadiens. So hopefully, Xhekaj is going to have a major impact for the Montreal Canadiens tomorrow night against Ottawa Senator. Patrick Leblanc, de retour with nous ce soir. Bet on the night. Backall score for Pittsburgh, 5.5. Good test went out, but the Pittsburgh losing went out 1-0 against the Arizona Coyotes. The Devils tied the game 5-5 against the Golden Knights. What a crazy game for the Golden Knights and the Devils. Must be bad if we cannot play at all the Habs Nation. A2, not surprised by any move made today. Cannot get spanked by the Bruins and expect no change. This is not fantasy hockey, it's NHL. Well said, Mr. A2. You have to react properly about that. You nail it, Mr. A2. They had to make some change and make at least that would be very important to see how they're going to respond after that two loss by the score 9 goals and 6 goals before that. Gonna ask the people that he was. The Sharks is at the game tonight against the Panthers and the Predators. Alain Vigneault is at the game also for the chat, so expect to hear a little bit more about him. Jason Zucker scored 7 goals of the year for the Arizona Coyotes, by the way. Coach Rick, they are developing right. Is pursuing at American, so maybe not be better. Rick, that's the point behind now. He's developing in American Hockey League. He reminds me a lot of Philip Zadina. Philip Zadina was draft 6 overall pick. They was expect a lot from Zadina. Remember, he was one of the best players junior and the QM. He has like score goal like crazy Zadina, right? He make 3 years in American Hockey League. He can call up back and forth with the Detroit Red Wings. Red Wings are considered one of the top team in NHL for the last 20 years to develop players. Zadina stay in American Hockey League. He never look. He played right now for San Jose. Never go through the roster of the Detroit Red Wings. Shane Wright If he was so good, right, he should be in an NHL right now. Like Nemec, like Chirecek. But he is not there yet. Logan Cooley is there. So you have Sakeski number one. You have number two Cooley, Nemec, right? You have Cooley, and now you have Chirecek, but we're missing Shane Wright. So what he's trying to tell us, Rick, is everybody on the team make a big mistake to not develop the players or do not bring in an NHL. And the best way right now is Shane Wright is developing properly, perfectly compared to the Columbus Blue Jackets, the Montreal Canadiens, and the New Jersey Devils, and the Arizona Coyotes. So that's what you're telling us tonight. That's what I try to understand. Mr. Steve G in the house tonight. Welcome back in the house, Steve G. Thanks for being with our Canadian show. William, Shane Wright, 11 point last 10 game. Improvement, however, is still a couple of seasons. He's going to do it. Hopefully, 200 game and NHL is KPI is low. We'll see. Sarkozy is not pursuing a fact. Sarkozy is the worst overall pick and 26 years old is a politic fact or is the worst. It's not about the it's not about what it looked like in the past, the 26 overall pick, Rick. It's not about that because the skill and the talent of that draft is maybe one of the worst year in NHL draft. This is what you have to compare. You compare number apple with lemon. Does not work. Compare apple with apple. Take the best, worst, bottom 5 draft NHL. And one Sakeski is going to be NHL. You don't say you don't produce. I see Sakeski have 6 goals. Right? I see Sakeski doing very well in NHL since November. I see progression, development. That's what happening with him. You compare right now Sakeski with Connor McDavid. It's two different level. You compare 26 draft years with most of them are super elite players. That work this way. That's what this way. We're going to see the number of Alexis Lafrenière in the next 5 years compared to Juraj Sikorsky the next 5 years. We'll see what it look like, both of them, at the end, Rick. A point game and the American is half point in NHL Habs Nation. Going to him, if that's for him. Gary Conway said, right as to say going for him, everything like that. William Sakeski is right will be a good plus, but Sakeski has a lot higher setting. If Martin Smith thought it was better to stay in NHL, he would go with him. That's the point about this, Zeph. That's the reason I believe Sakeski did the right things by they did the right things, Zeph, to keep Sakeski because Martin Smith took him under his wing with the Adam Nicola. That's the reason behind that. Right about Ola St. Perry, what do you think? Great signature for Corey Perry. Do you believe Steven get picked up on the wear? I don't think so in our top. I would be shocked. Michel draft by the Tampa Bay Lightning, play a couple of games with the Detroit Red Wings. It's a journeyman, and the American Hockey League. So I don't see any team pick up him for the benefit of Mitchell Steven. You have many players in NHL like him in our top. William said, although just satisfy the top 6. Are you telling us William Perry top 6 by this comments? I would like to hear that about that there. Others equal that new bear. Here we go. Steve G with Perry. They just stamped their ticket to the guaranteed no cup season for Steve G. I would like to know, Steve G, why you said that. Just because he made the final, but he never won the Stanley Cup. And the last couple of years, Steve. For me, the Corey Perry, we said to you, Steve, is maybe guaranteed to that team go all the way to the final. Now, did they win? I don't know. But this is a bad news for Colorado, Dallas, Winnipeg, and Vegas, and Los Angeles Kings to have Corey Perry now with Edmonton. For me, this is why I believe a Boston Bruin guy scored a goal, 3-1 Nebraska score on the PK. Unbelievable how the PK works with the Boston Bruins. The Panthers take the lead, guys, 1-0 against the Nashville. Go Arizona, go, Luciano. I think Xhekaj will not fix all the issue, but he will continue his development. But how to work with Martin Smith and the right coach. You're absolutely right about that, Rick, for him. I think to get more minutes now, he proved the last couple of games he had nothing to do anymore in Laval Rockets right now. I don't see him because he don't have nothing to perform better or to prove anything in American Hockey League. Now for him, it's now to keep his consistency to stay with the Montreal Canadiens. So, a bit sarcastic, Rick. You put 5 times better to work with Martin St. Louis, but it's okay, not a problem, because you're absolutely right. You better to work with Martin St. Louis and work with Jean-François Hull and Butch Berger and Laval. You're absolutely right about that. A little bit in that, what happened, Marceau said he would for his playoff experience. Of course, that I hate him, but I like it for the others. Here we go. Mr. Randy. Well, we'll be interesting how will Laval do with the influence of Xhekaj gone. This is a big piece of the puzzle, right? We'll be interesting how they're going to respond. I think they have already a good core of the defensemen over there. Now it's other players, defensemen like Byron, Mayu, and the rest of the core to step up and to take that opportunity like Trudeau. There's a great opportunity for Trudeau now to take that side of the left defenseman. But you're absolutely right. The impact, how you go to change the Laval Rocket, will be interesting to follow that. The proven winner can lead the team to the promised land. So to talk about fun, coach. Yes, sir, Rick. Others is not winning the cup. Sorry, just my opinion, Luciano. I'm not sure. Like, it's not guarantee anything, guys, about winning the Stanley Cup, right? But for me, to add Corey Perry and the team, that increasing the chance for the Edmonton Oilers to go all the way. That's just the way I see the signature of Corey Perry. Example, like, I don't know, a Devils example, where a team struggling with a goaltender. Like Edmonton signed a good backup goaltender. I think that we're helping them to get closer to the Stanley Cup. And we can go with any team. I think that Colorado had Lindholm in the lineup. I think that we're helping them to go all the way to the Stanley Cup. That we're increasing their chance. And we can go with that part with the defenseman, with the Toronto Maple Leafs. They had a solid defenseman. I think that we're helping them. It's just a point about that. Dimitra Bengal is in the house, directly from the lake house with Rick. Beautiful location over there. Xhekaj is injured. I think he dropped his guard. My over for Xhekaj is injuries. I think he dropped his guard. Tell me a little bit more, Rick, about that, about his injuries. What do you feel about that? Senator did not want to be a senator of the nation. Rick, you nailed it about that one over there. One mess up not taking a for that one over there. Steve G believe Legion Perry does not help. I disagree with you. But for me, I disagree with you. Perry just had more depth than never had before that. Chat. We have a super chat for Rick Bengal in the house. Rick Bengal. Super chat number 1 of the night for Rick Bengal. Thanks so much, my friend. I appreciate that for your contribution and support of the channel. Of course, every single night. We appreciate Rick. Disagree with you guys for Corey Perry. I think that will give them better chance to make the final at the end for that. Mais ça, nothing again. So funny. Preferably, and Lafreniere, both 21 draft are just rounding until the select NHL players. Well, preferably more so. Great about that. Cole Preferably, I believe, was a 12-round pick. Oof. It was a 10 overall pick. Here we go for Preferably. Crazy hard hitting Dame will Stanley Cup. That's not Edmonton Luciano. Mr. Mitch Bellin is in the house tonight. I was talking about Patrick Roy for Ottawa. I just they missed a really big opportunity to get Patrick Roy. For in my opinion, I think it was not the right thing. So, I think they should get one. The owners of Ottawa threw away the ring Roy. But we'll have to see Edmonton win Luciano. Okay, I think others would be in fit from Perry, but is it enough to make a difference between winning the cup or not? No. That's a well said about this, Andy. And for me, it's just increasing the Edmonton to become closer to go all the way. Is it enough? No. But it's better to have Corey Perry on your team versus the opponent team. Now, the funny thing about it this week, guys, the Oilers have on the streak, 13 game, I believe, right? And they're going to play Chicago this week. Corey Perry came to for Chicago. It will not be crazy if Chicago stop Corey Perry and the Edmonton Oilers. Winnipeg play without no goalie in the net. They tried to come back, but Winnipeg look like they're going to lose tonight. Bossy, Smith, Trottier, no problem, can be a fan. Abination, 1-0 Canadiens. What will win Stanley Cup at some point as a coach? Interesting about that, Rick. Uh, Rick said Perry will help the Edmontons. That's my feeling also. Now, if others pick up Blackwood or another goalie, then the chance get better. Andy, that's exactly what I just said earlier, Andy, about that. Blackwood could be a good asset. Blackwood have a great year with San Jose Sharks. I think they could have a good players and return, and then I think there's a good way to say that. Yeah, I was wrong about Zadina Abination. Steve Gilberry does not bring much except a shitty gameplay style and no cup and cut by Chicago. I would not want him anywhere near my squad. Save. The response going to see this the next couple of weeks. Save and see what happening. I don't want to be mean, see, but Colorado have the forehand also with that fun player they have right now, Steve. But I can understand your point of view, Steve, but I think his experience will bring a lot on the table with Edmonton Oilers. Boston's bronze score an empty net 4-1. The game, the Devils, I don't know where I can find the game for the Devils. Maybe on the NFL 2. NHL 2. Not a fan of right. Nemec Cherchak play in American League. No. They play. They start over there, but now they play in NHL. Right would be a career nation, Gary. 81 years old, Lula Mario has his share of top coaching assignment under him, President Lamar Robinson Padburn, handle each one of them. Remember, guys, Lula Mario built the New Jersey Devils exactly under the Montreal Canadiens template. We have to go all the way in 1980s to see that from Lula Mariano. And, he drafted great key players, great players, and then he built that with the New Jersey Devils. So, it's another one joined the Lula Mariano. Shady style is playoff style seal. for that. True, AK. I like the lemon. Here we go, Zeph. What a thing cut you with no real reason. Be very aware. Save G. Guys, the weight behind Abination. The reason for the cut was not okay. Reason save apparently. Lucky it was Vegas get nine regular back in the lineup similar to last year. Watch out for them, William McClary. For that, the game is regular time is over. We're going to go now on overtime at New Jersey. Babe, I'll let with them Sakaski. I think you will grow. Lou will grow. To take over the Islanders' elimination. One upload nickname is the Worm. Be very aware, Steve. I give William, but no way you can beat Florida if it gets again. Last year really was horrible, but no one let it happen. The channel. I don't know. If the Chicago organization that is trying to sweep problem under the carpet for that, how will Laval do now? That's a big question about that. Not for sure that draft was that bad. I think there will be a few more making impact, have a big impact on the near future. Collis, Gauthier, Arsene Lekereme, Yorov, to name a few. Yeah, when we said that, Nicholas, it was more about the top of the top. Does it make sense? Like, you did not have McDavid, you did not add those generation players, the Bedard, the Matthews, Lafreniere. We can go all the way like that, right? That's the difference between the 2022 draft. Another ad prospect news, Fowler got his 16th win of the nation, play Hudson next. You're right about this, Chris. I have a contents about the prospect a little bit later. Great weekend for different prospect for the Montreal Canadiens. Fowler continues performing with the team. Now, always be careful, guy, with the stat for the goaltender and the NCAA. It's all depends for you play with who, and then you have to be honest. Look, the number of Tobaz and NCAA look like he looked like in the American Hockey League. Fowler played with the Boston. Really good team. You talk about the big line from a Team USA national team, right? Perrault, Smith, and I missed one, Leonard. Then you have Gauthier over there. This is a team stack, exactly like the Boston University, Boston College. So we'll see what happening about that. What happening, Chris? But great point talking about him. This guy is not the naked saver. Corey is asleep behind his four line for start going out. Not a top six, Patrick. For that, Perry is of course yes, Steve G. Ask Tampa Bay. I cannot tell you, Temetra is very excited about Xhekaj coming up. More excited than me. Wonder why. There we go. Look, I said that final draw 2.5 the state. You maybe have a point there. Look, and wonder how he's doing this thing. I agree, Coach. Thank you. Welcome. I'm very well, Nicholas. Hope you are the same. Supposed to get up to the +4 tomorrow. Roy is in the house. Welcome back in the house, Mr. Roy. I'm thankful whoever is Hurley funding something. The Panthers 1-0. You are correct, William. As long as they don't place Xhekaj on the right side, Patrick. They have two possibilities. The big question, Patrick, is do they set down Harris and they bring up Kovacevic? So you have Kovacevic on the right side with Cooley and Savard. And then you have Xhekaj with Strobel and Madison. Or they keep Harris in the lineup and they push down Kovacevic out. And now you have Cooley. Then you have Cooley, Harris, and Savard on the right side. I don't think so. It will happen. I expect Kovacevic to be back here for that one. Yeah, we do, Willie. Cannot stand Perry. Just woke up, oversight a bit, and missed at the start of the show, but everything is good, Nicholas. Campbell has won his last 4 games again. He's saying he will be back with the last decision. What the option? William, um, do they have enough money, William, to keep Campbell in the lineup? That would be my big question about it. I don't have the information about this right now, but that would be something you have to figure out, William, to get bring back. We know he's doing a little bit better in American Hockey League. Great. Let's back. Rick Bengal maybe not be the whole year. That they will see how things go. Morgan Kege is a new favorite player, I think. Kege is on the water. Boston Bone wasn't looking great. The Swiss car with some cheese because no game tonight. William, I think Xhekaj has letting his guard down a bit. Xhekaj has been a type of the player cannot take him time off. He need to always be aware player would take a shot at him. Yeah, great point about that, Rick. Speaking of contract, Renault is going to get paid big time. The Devils won and overtime 6-5, guys. Wow, the Devils come back and they get that W tonight again. The Vegas Golden Knight 6-5, 6 goal for the Golden Knight against, and the Devils get that W again. The Golden Knight 6-5. The Metropolitan Division, guys, is getting it's getting crazy. Oh my God. Uh, Speaking of contract, Reynolds is going to get paid big time. I think it will be a big mistake, but we'll see what happens about that. Yeah, you're right about that. I for sure. I just feel safe. I will be very cautious about this. For that one over there. There we go, RJ. Not these days, Nicholas. I heard the bigger now. RJ wants out to Coyotes. Maybe Roy did not want to go to Ottawa. Just said. I talked about this last night, William, but it looked like he had no conversation between Ottawa and the Roy. Now maybe Ottawa already knew Roy does not go over there. But I bring that point yesterday during the show. Marco Larabie is in the house. Welcome back, Marco. Thanks for that. Leave Nate Corey Perry for Rick Bengal. Sonic Baron down will open a spot for Kovacevic with Xhekaj and Aris out looking at the semifinals. Yeah, that's what I just talked about this, Gary. I'm right about this. 243 goals tonight for the Devils. 20 goals this year. Marchessault, 22 goals so far. And then Toro VF, have 7 goals. Lazar, 2 goals. Costas Lazar is another great depth player for that. Willie Snyder is in the house, so welcome back. Roy, obviously, New York is not going to be back until the end of the February. Expect Pearson to be in the lineup tonight, tomorrow night. Panthers need to win tonight, Luciano. Very important game between both teams for sure. You used to on then. Marco, disagree with you, coach, about Xhekaj doing the very thing he need to do in Laval. Everything he need to do in Laval did not make enough progress with discipline or his positioning. Still case, for what I heard on the show tonight, Marco, everybody said Xhekaj improve his play compared at the beginning of the season. So it's coming from LDS, CBS Sport, and that's what he said about the Xhekaj. So if he was not doing well, he would not call him back. He had 3 goals, 8 assists, 11 points, 17 point, 17. Well, he had 3 goals, 8 assists, 11 points, and 17 goals, 17 game. So we have definitely some improvement overall for him, Marco. If anyone just only 22 likes, don't forget to click on the like. That'll be great if you can do that. Was rushing the puck well done, Marco. And Canada, Nicholas Pearson plays center. Roy, no, he does not play center. Roy, about that. They have to figure out that out and at that. Now, Joshua Webb played center before. That would be an option there. Now they have nothing wrong. They can put him on the waiver, and then they can bring him back right away for the game. So it could be another option. They just want to open up maybe a possibly Pearson over there, but the time will tell us. As I go, small other things for that. Good night, every Devils. There we go. I think yours is not done with the move. I expect more tomorrow, Gary. Yeah, they could call maybe another player from Laval to join the Montreal Canadiens. But if it was the case, Gary, why not to do it today to let him practice with the Montreal Canadiens? Because tomorrow morning is an optional. It's not an optional practice. It's not like I practice very well. So uh, I don't know, but I don't see that. I think they will play more like a three center, in my opinion. But that could happen, Gary. No, not sure who he would play for line center. Now get 7 is down. Everybody is a little bit maybe try centers. Maybe Dak is coming back to New Hook. On New Hook, no, not allowed. Dak and New Hook not coming back. My guess is they either rotate the three center, or maybe they will try RHP. Interesting to put RHP over there. Time. Good night, Coach. Good night, Rick. For that one. Right. Mid-season ranking for McKenzie now as Langston at 5. Don't think it would be available one at pick. That's a rumor that Bob McKenzie get out yesterday. I think Celebrini number 4, I believe. Can't remember McKenzie ranking right now. But no surprise, Celebrini is there for sure. Demidov, guys, have an amazing, great career. Demidov right now lead with the most point per game, 1.37, I believe he was, and he's over Kucherov, everybody. So it'll be really interesting who we can get Demidov. We know the situation with Russia. Russian situation, that's the net said that. Montreal Canadiens could, you know, it could be around Langstrom and number 6. I really believe Montreal Canadiens could finish between 5, 6, 7. And I'm going to talk about this tomorrow, Wednesday night, guys. But imagine, and I sometimes I understand, but I don't understand. Last year, Montreal, because you don't want to tank, but you could tank. You can make some change in the lineup to not win any game. Toronto Maple Leafs did it when they draft Austin Matthews. They trade everybody at the trade deadline, Kessel, GVR, everyone. And then after that, they play most of the game with American Hockey League players. Montreal Canadiens last year, they have a choice to be sure they have to finish at the bottom 4. That was, yeah, no doubt in my mind. They had to be sure they finish at bottom 4. But did not do it. They tried to win game at the end of the year, in March and April. And for me, I disagree with that part. But you have a chance because the conversation will be so different right now. You're going to get Leo Carlson, Fantilli, Will Smith, or Bedard. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We don't talk about Rebecca anymore. So your situation top 6 is fixed. Your situation center or winger is fixed. This year, you have a chance to draft a better player as a defenseman at Rebecca. Or you can draft another forward at the same level the player you got last year at the NHL draft. But Montreal Canadiens does not care about the pick they have. They believe they get the best of the best. But I believe it's not right. In my opinion. I understand you don't tank, but you have to find a way to get there because you need help in the future. And last year, the Montreal Canadiens regressed on the draft because they have to select Rebecca over Smith. Whatever Rebecca going to get a good hockey players, I believe Montreal Canadiens missed a good opportunity to get Will Smith because other the fact they are celebrating this year and the draft and Timmy Dove, two excellent NHL talented players forward. The rest are not equal at Carlson, not equal to Bedard, to Will Smith or Fantelli. They are good hockey players, but not in the same level. And that's happened. I'm sorry to tell you that, but it is what it is. Mid-season ranking, here we go. Why did Perry leave the Bulls? The Bulls want to get younger, and they don't have enough money to get that money. And honestly, Willie, he got an offer $4 million. Not many teams can give him a $4 million 1 year, Willie. That's the reason he get there. Dividend will be available target. Same thing with Michkov in our tap. What do you do with him? And he's better to Michkov. And he play already with the SK over there. And it'll be a difficult time. I think they will play cover shirt with Xhekaj. They have a good chemistry. I agree with you about that. Roger Delaney is in the house. Welcome back, Roger. Thanks for being with us. Win for the Devils tonight. I was thinking about picking, let's got some picking. Greening and a tap. Here we go. Bedard gone at least 6 weeks, 6 more weeks. Bedard gone at least 6 more weeks. Really interesting. Hopefully with a hat trick tonight. Maybe Jarvis and Patrick three goalie rotation, lefty defenseman play on the right side, and only three center and the lineup. What a mess, Patrick. About that progression development of the Baron and Laval rank higher Xhekaj right now for an attack. RDS and TV are going on the point for Xhekaj, not what they want send him down to improve. I hope he come up and play a sprint game. Just said what I saw when I watched still over the place chasing. And I thought my guess is that Xhekaj coming up has much to do with Baron performance. Xhekaj improvement, Marco. Luc Laverson, welcome back in the house. So back to driving on our way to Mont Valley. All right, William, be careful, my friend. Would I be surprised if Langston end up going for overall? Yeah, could be there. Also, Marco. Damn, your Buffalo Bills. Ab don't need a point from Xhekaj. They need his shoulder. Flint can do it. Reddy Walkman. Our coach is so smart. I don't know about which one. Abination. Marco, that's my point. Baron problem right now is our bigger than Xhekaj. I saw a few Laval game and Xhekaj was not bad at all. Yes, need to improve, but not bad. If the NHL do not, you don't lose game on purpose. This is only good for a tricking soccer game. Some Italy. Did not want to trade numbers into from the Montreal Canadiens. No happening, Joe. And welcome back in the house. They don't want to trade him a lot. Mr. Bob is back in the house. The on goal is back in the house. Did not like Smith. Is American ammunition. Montreal got unlucky and that since last year. For that one, Baron days of going to be a number ammunition. Gordon and Dios will be able to admit a mistake. Let's see if they have the. We'll see the time. Blame Montembeault for the ab draft position last year. Here we go. We need to draft. We need to blame someone. And they, do you know if they're going to trade number? No, not allowed, Joe. Not allowed. They're not going to trade him. Allowed for that one. What's going on this year is a work. They mess the lineup at the goalie, and they may maybe end up the drafting on the norm line of 10 to 15 until. Maybe just maybe Michael Unlier, new center owners, a former AB owner, have seen enough the inability to work with others and stay far away for the 30 other team. but maybe not Roy for that part. The time will tell us. But I think he missed a good opportunity to have a solid coach behind the bench. Give me a short and assist boo abnation. Obviously, I've been back in the class. Did you see Zuski comments about the ab design system? Said he was friend from most of the team and more complicated. Here we go. About that, it would be interesting to see how bring it takes before what try to challenge or equality, suborn equality negotiation. It wouldn't happen, Roy. I think you don't understand Patrick Roy about that. Um, he's not going to push anyone around. He's not going to go any mistake or any disagreement with Lou Lamariello allow for Patrick Roy. Uh, the Patrick Roy you see today, it's not Patrick Roy 7 years ago, 8 years ago. Patrick Roy grew his career beside Joe Sakic. They are buddies together, right? They still buddies, by the way. But the reputation Lou Lamariello with Patrick Roy is completely different relationship between Joe Sakic and Patrick Roy. He learned in the last 7 years and a half, right? And he was honest to tell the truth. And I think it's a new Patrick Roy right now behind the bench with passion and understand what it takes to stay in the NHL. And is really focusing on one thing, is to make the Islanders better, to make the Islanders in the playoff, and hopefully to go far they can go in the playoff. That's what Patrick Roy is going to focusing now from today until the end of the year. That's all. He's not going to knock the door to Lou Lamariello, and I can tell you that about that. President, that man-to-man is way too difficult. It's exhausting. It does not allow that good a defensive end. And on top, how long is Roy contract with Islanders? You know what? Look, I did not see that. I think under Lou Lamariello, they never tell the situation like for the contract, but I could be wrong. 2 years, look, but not sure exactly. For Lamariello, it's 15 years. And I'll tap about that. Here we go, guys. We got. I already hit the end of the chat right there. I'm going to move on with a couple of news. The impact of Xhekaj. But the impact of Xhekaj behind that is his physicality he can bring for the Montreal Canadiens. I think Montreal Canadiens realized for the last couple of games they can push. They got push around, and they don't have a lot to respond back about that. The pressure of the other team on the defenseman was really bad, and then the way with Barron play in the last month, maybe 6 weeks, and maybe it was the time to send down him and Laval and call up Xhekaj because the way he played with Laval and what they are missing, the side what nobody has with Montreal, the physicality of Xhekaj. So that would be well balanced as a third pairing with Kovacevic, 6'3", 6'4", 220 pounds each other. I think that would balance more the Montreal Canadiens setup for the pairing. Again, it's not good to fix every problem they have the Montreal Canadiens, but hopefully it will bring some kind of physicality. If something happens, they have now Xhekaj in the lineup. So I think that's the reason behind that. And of course, they play Ottawa tomorrow. So expect a couple few could be left and right. I was Milbury in our tap. Is only have to wait 16 years until again Habs Nation. Do you know if call up to play Joe? If much show, the sheriff is right now. I think for the last hour, Joe, we talk about this. He got called up for the Montreal Canadiens. True or false? Xhekaj take a minor penalty tomorrow. I don't know. I don't see no problem with that part, Marco. If it's well done, if it's well, it's like it's a sign true or false that Gallagher gave a penalty on the break on the back on the back checking because his speed is not there. So hopefully they will tell him, don't worry about that, and fully say, look, play your game. If you get a penalty, you get a 2 minute. We're going to hanging that penalty. Because if you don't do that, that we make it now pressure and caution and not to let Xhekaj play on is to be Xhekaj on the ice. So you don't talk that way. You just say, look, go play your game, have fun, buddy, and welcome back in the house. Welcome back with the team. We are excited to having you aboard, and we expect a really good game from you. And that's all. Yeah, nothing to change compared to today was before that. And evaluate his game will tell us what he does and what he learned. He get better. But again, this is not only one game. You have to see him against Pittsburgh, Islanders, Colorado, Edmonton. You have to be consistency to keep his job with the Montreal Canadiens. Coach, Isoi said, I don't think so, Roy. Again, I will tell you again, Roy. Joe Sakic have an interview on the yesterday, mentioned exactly about that. When they met each other at the Hall of Famer a couple of years ago, and they settled down everything. They text each other. Joe Sakic very happy about Patrick Roy, and the relationship is back between both of them. So uh, I don't know where you said that. Patrick Roy been successful. Was maybe the best coach in the junior the last couple of years, and you can see his improvement. He understands the game perfectly. He's going to be good for the to get his passion behind the bench. We miss those guys, the players, and the game. If you look about the NBA, the implication of Michael Jordan and hockey and basketball, we miss those kind of the players that they have some kind of passion and when they play. So the people have some kind of transition between the old players versus the new players. And a guy like Patrick Roy bring that kind of passion. And I feel like he's a great, great hire for the New York Islanders. Patrick Roy will have to adjust the coaching in NHL. It's just much from coaching at UQM. It will have to control his temper and ego. Again, did you see him last night? What the player said after 15-minute practice a matinal morning. Peugeot and Ovat, or maybe Barzol, was excited to have a practice like he did yesterday. All the players, the Islanders, was happy to have Roy on the ice to give that kind of practice. So don't expect Roy did not be prepared for that situation. Expect Roy to be ready for the players. And I'm sure the player will not take any day off to take lazy with Patrick Roy. That's what Patrick bring on the table. Yes, I know he coached in Colorado. Do we know have 6-7 defensemen if he can sit out tomorrow? I don't think so. I expect Claude Pearson back in the lineup. For me, Claude. The problem we don't know yet if how they can use you know, the lineup of the Montreal like a 3 center or 4 center. Not gonna be fun with Mayu losing his defensive partner, Xhekaj, the fixer. Yeah, possible there. Aris is a good skater, move the puck, okay, but he's not offensive, he's not defensive, he's so robust, he's bad Bob Gainey or Jane Neneman. How about that? Xhekaj does not beat tough the tulip, he has to play his game to be effective. Expect Ab to move on from Alden. It could happen, but unfortunately, you never have an opportunity with Montreal Canadiens over. But you know, it is what it is. We cannot do more for that. It's pretty in the mess everywhere from Freeman to LeBron McKenzie on Quebec. It has a bold, a great move by Le Mariano. Mr. King of the Gamer is in the house. Welcome back. Xhekaj is like Martin St. Louis, aggressive, patient, be aggressive, but patient positioning. Don't chase for that one there. I'm not a fan of Patrick Roy, but I will wait to see what he can do, Andy. 10 minutes. Here we go, Nicolas. Habs Nation, I agree to put maybe it'll be filled out. Anyway, I don't see a risk long term, even if it does. Well, Nicholas. I agree with you about that. Hughes is not moving Harris because he's taking care of the U.S. college player because he want not to keep a good reputation at any other USC prospect. I don't think so. It's important right now to trade Harris or any defenseman from Montreal Canadiens. At least they have a package in return. My point, they don't have to give up anyone right now. They don't have that chance. And the Panthers score another goal and take the lead 2-1, I believe. Um, it's a Carter Verhey score, I believe, for the Florida Panthers. For that. So that we got about Xhekaj, guys. We're going to move on to next thing. Justin Barron sent to Laval. We're going to see what Barron is going to do at Laval. And then finally, we know Mitchell Steven is on the waiver. Who is going to be fourth center? That will be something. Some of you thinking maybe going to have a second, another call from the Laval for that. Montreal Canadiens, guys, Money injury Pearson is back. So the last couple of days, guys, the rumor is Manion get a lot of treatment days. Another one today. Got, I believe, 1 or 2 last week, one before that. And it's not publicly, but privately, they expect or they believe Manion have some kind of injury now he deal with when he play. So we know Montreal Canadiens and Manion is going to be a very important piece of the puzzle for the trade. And we talked about this yesterday in our tap, trade or not, Sean Manion. But this is very important to see the Montreal are really cautioned about Sean Manion for that situation. Meanwhile, we expect a lot of rumors that Manion is not going to get a first round pick in return, but more like a second round pick. So very interesting to see that for Sean Manion, the value in NHL, if he's going to be a first round pick or a second round pick. Then finally, I expect Pearson back in the lineup if they play only at 3 center. It's not confirmed by anyone, but I feel the move they did today, send down Steven and to send down Barron, open up a spot for Pearson. He's the closest one to be back. New York will have to be at the end of February for that one. Canucks, Carlson Susie, and 5 to 6 week. Thanks so much for this news about Susie. About that, what has always been a hothead, bad temper, a big ego. Let's hope that his first practice with another is the new press not the one whole one. I'm telling you right now, Bob is not the same Patrick or what he was before, and the time will tell us about that. There's not that guarantee he's going to be the playoff, not guarantee anything else. Maybe when we play 11 forward, is 7D, not 4-line center fixer. It could be that way too, fixer. From river out there is a sell out quite a bit. Hopefully, the same thing. Patrick, imagine Montreal are out at the center with only 3 of them, and Monahan is injured. What a mess, roster management. But it's not our fault, Patrick. They have New Hook, they have Devorak, and they have Doc. 3 of them are center or injury. It's not a mess. It's just the situation of what happening with that part, Patrick. Must deal Monahan ASP. Risk to keep him is not quite asset is too big for that one. Fixer most likely. A second for Monahan, yes or not tank. A second for Monahan, yes or not tank. Lou and another, hope you are right. It's hard to change style, but we shall see. Great, Bob. Late second round pick, that 3 pick with 10% getting an average NHL. 7 years is a long time, Marco. If Monahan get hurt, not going to make the 2.5 estimate of the Montreal Canadiens. Look, I have one last week and they then shave it because I could not more any miracle happen for that wake up in the morning. A miracle for me. Look, Here we go about that one. Um, Montreal Canadiens, the vice president executive, Jeff Gordon, was on TSN on the radio. He talked about different things happening. First of all, he talked about the injury happened with Kirby Duck. He said, sometime when I watch the game, I cannot imagine what it would be if Kirby Duck was in the team. Then he talked about the injury Alex Newhook. That's not help the Montreal Canadiens their progression development to see what look like. They look like they are at this moment. Secondly, he talked about no trade. He don't see any trade that could happen at this moment for the Montreal Canadiens. He said we have to be patient. We have to see what happens, but he don't see anything right now for them to make any trade for Jeff Gordon. Of course, they don't go to tell, oh, we're going to trade about that. He talked about the situation with Sean Monahan. He said, look, the next couple of weeks, we're going to sit with Sean Monahan, we're going to talk with him and see where we at and where he wants to be. And you're going to see the solution for Sean Monahan. So I don't expect Sean Monahan to be traded right away, maybe more later in the late February or maybe at the end of the beginning of March. He really impressed by the performance of the Joshua Roy. He liked his performance so far with the Montreal. Really happy about him. So we'll see if he's going to stay in the lineup or not returning for Joshua Roy. He knows, and the Montreal knows that the back-to-back game are not very good right now. He tried to find a solution about this, to try to talk about this, but he said, look, this is a problem we have to figure out in the future. The Pittsburgh Penguins tied the game 1-1. Les Eller scored a goal. Sakowski, he loved his progression. He liked his development during the year so far, and he really enjoyed where we at. And he have no regrets to draft Juraj Sakowski at this moment. Finally, Xhekaj returned. He did not say it was before the call up. It was public. He did not say that during the show, but he said possible we can call up Xhekaj. Then a couple of hours later, Xhekaj was on Montreal Canadiens. So this is a resume so far of the interview of Jeff Gordon at the TSN yesterday morning. So a little bit surprised about the situation with no trade for me and the money in yet, but that's happening for that. Que cette année, c'est une équipe canadienne qui va remporter la Coupe. Nicolas, tu pourrais avoir raison, mon Nicolas. What Belzile doing ATM Belzile still and what New York Rangers, American Hockey League Rangers Farm Team Habs, Vancouver 1-0 Chicago. Yes, these 9 of the year. 30 point, 35 game for Belzile in the American Hockey League. And Nicolas Hamilton a joué Paris Vancouver Winnipeg, Tulsa, pas bon pour la Coupe du Canada. De bien raison, mon ami. And our tap and Luciano, yes, enjoy the score right now for the Montreal Canadiens tonight. Talking a little bit more information, guys, for the Montreal Canadiens prospect. Good weekend overall for different prospect for the Montreal Canadiens. First of all, the Guédon, 3 point, 1 goal, 2 assists Sunday game. Guédon was drafted by the Montreal Canadiens in 2022. A lot of people, it's another Vincent Rover, another Riley Kidney, another Sean Farrell. When I'm talking like this, is they are the player like they are good on offensive and junior, good skater, good players, but maybe not good enough to make a career in NHL. So would be interesting what he's going to do with him, but we have to give credit 3 point. Laurent Xhekaj play as a center right now with the Bulldogs. Got 3 assists in the last 2 games on the weekend for Xhekaj. New position for Xhekaj. Is it going to be permanent? We don't know yet. But Xhekaj now is a brother of Arber Florian. Have 3 assists on the weekend. Hudson 5 point, 1 goal, 4 assists in 2 games. I make an highlights video about him. Another great weekend for him. Consistent performing. I think he had like 28.19 games, 10 goals, 10 assists for Lane Hudson. I said Xhekaj, but Lane Hudson, apologize for that. Owen Beck, 11 point in the 4 game. Another 1 goal, 1 assist yesterday. Beck is doing well since he played with Saginaw. And his experience to be at 20 years old remind me a lot of Nick Suzuki when he played on the UHL last year, 20 years old. At 20 years old, have a great playoff and OHL did not win the Memorial Cup, but I expect the same way with Owen Beck. A little bit earlier, Fowler, Chris Hansen talked about Fowler, win his 16th game of the season for Fowler, gave only 2 goals. Great matchup next week, guys. Watching this on TV if you can. Hudson versus Fowler next week. And Hudson have a good year so far. Not much about the rest of the other players. Maybe 1 goal, 1 assist. We know Pitlick have a good year with the Minnesota. Dan Smith with the Denver. You have Kapanen and Zopolev. Obviously, for Mazar is out with concussion, so he's still on the injury for Mazar. And that's been what we are going to give you about prospect for the Montreal Canadiens during the weekend. Nicholas AXFX, I like that one over there for that. Don't you mind, Rick? So the guy just bit lucky, Randy. And Rabinov and Perry better stay away from McDavid, Mom, and Rabinov. It's a certain trip gonna be canceled in Edmonton. Now, I just said, don't be creepy, Randy. See you, Coach Patrick. Everybody will join you for the game tomorrow. Cheer, my friend Patrick. Good night, Patrick, about that one for sure. And we're going to shut down a little bit early tonight, guys. 10:30 tonight, not 11 o'clock. Why? Because I'm busy, first of all. Secondly, I was not supposed to be live tonight. I was supposed to take a day off, but I wake up at 5:15 after a short night. And then I got news from, I got a listener asking me if I do the show. I said no. But then after that, my phone, I looked my notification. Then I said, Xhekaj returning with Montreal call up. I make a video from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock. And then after that, I set up the show for tonight. So no vacation for me tonight. But I love to talk with you, each one of you. Anyway, I'm not sure if Xhekaj or not. I think I would be live anyway. I just love to pop up here talking. I went to the gym early. So my gym is over. And then I'm going to make another video for my friendship talent and walk on the downtown to make videos. And then it'll be a busy day for me. And of course, going to continue. Tomorrow night, we have 9 games in NHL, like RG said. Mazar is today with the Rangers OHL. Yes, Bob, that's where he is right now. Concussion was the reason behind that. Or head injury. It was the key about that. Montreal owes the Ottawa Senators tomorrow. What are your expectations tomorrow for Ottawa? We know Montreal lost by the score 6-2. Ottawa looking good. I think they are 2-0-1 the last 3 games. For Ottawa Senators, they look a bit better. And they're going to see what they're going to look again at Montreal Canadiens. And Shane Pinto should be back now with the lineup for the roster. By the way, guys, Denis Kuryanov is in the lineup wearing number 15 for the Nashville Predator. Kuryanov is back in the NHL. Thanks for bonus straight, coach. Have a good day. You're welcome, Marco. Always a pleasure. Always glad to talk with each one of you guys. It's fun to be all together. 2-0 Vancouver over Chicago. Hughes is 12 of the season. Quinn Hughes, 12 goals already. Conversation Quinn Hughes to be on the Norris Trophy with Kel McCarr for sure. 5-2 Ottawa tomorrow, empty net. Here we go, Marco. Believe on that W tomorrow. About that. We expect Jonas Corpusado versus Jake Allen, RJ. Great point about that. Allen should be returning between the pipe for the Montreal Canadiens. Coach, if you have to take a guess, do you think Caulfield would ever have one fight during the career? Well, it could happen. We saw some light fight in the past, right? So I would say to you, it could happen, King. Now, I don't say he's going to fight Tom Wilson, but it could happen. And after I go Montreal 4-2. About connection is spot Roy about that. Ottawa look at 3-2 in overtime. With Winter Road, they want revenge. You had the bounce back behind that. Right? So for me, I hope they're going to bounce back. Ottawa tried to consist their streak, and they have some challenge between that. The return of Xhekaj and the lineup that would pushing, Kachuk and Miko Win or Keselik to be more physical with the Montreal Canadiens. So Ottawa are load with some physical players in the lineup, and they expect possible the Xhekaj with Pesare Anderson now a little bit more physical overall. So I would not expect like a lot of goal tomorrow night for me, but since the beginning of the game, the season, Montreal played the most goal, most game in the overtime. And so I would not be surprised a tie game. But I will go maybe my 4-3 tomorrow night. Good night, Nicola. Xhekaj with it, Brady. Let's go, Luciano. Wilson, one last long with Ammerfield. Add 3-2 overtime shootout, Woody. It's not a bad call, Woody, for that. Thanks so much, RJ, for most of the game we got this week. We know this is the last busy week in NHL, guys. Next week is the All-Star game in Toronto. Montreal does not. I did not see Montreal with any game after that. I could be wrong, but I don't see that. He's looking better. Why go with Ottawa 6-2? Question for Luke or whoever. Remember which player was the Ab Smurf line a couple years ago? Nashville tried to come back in the game 2-1 against the Panthers, losing with 10-15. Second period after the game now between Pittsburgh and Canadiens, only 1-1. Yeah, they have a Smurf line look. I don't want to give the answer, so I'll give the people a chance. And our tab is right now to tell us the answer. We can create another Smurf line with RHP, Gallagher, and Caulfield. What is a grumpy Smurf? By the way, with the GPTS, the new AI, you can download your picture, right? And then they can turn your picture as a Simpson. Be careful in our tap. Bob, he said, I'll go it. And remember, are the king contender or pretender? They got the Canadiens guys score 2-1 against Pittsburgh uh, for that one. And Rabinab, I believe they have the slum. The goalie situation is a big problem over there. Talbot cannot deliver right now, and they have right now only Copley is out for the year, so they have to figure out the goaltending situation. King, do you think the Western Conference would be the team and the playoff, or do you think there would be one more team of outside that squeeze in? I'm not sure about you, King. Your question. Koivu, Petrov, et Bourré. Bob, I don't see that. Bob, uh, with the lineup they have right now. Now at the traded line, they will maybe increasing their debt, but right now, Bob have a difficult time. They can go all the way like what they have. To one, sorry, coach. Yeah, I just said that in our tap. Saku, Valérie Buré, and Oleg Petrov. Yes, sir. For that. Wi-Fi is back, Mr. Dublin. Welcome in the house. Thanks to be with us. Hopefully, you're going to click on the likes for that. And I thought that was the Nordic with this another. Naslund, Petrov, et Lebeau. Interesting. The team they are currently in the playoff spot. Do you think they will make it, or they will be a team on the outside and the West can make it 12? Okay, which team do you have that gets pushed out? I think the Nashville Predator could be the one out. My problem, King, about that, King is the trade deadline. We talk about three teams right now, King. Coyotes, Flames, the Blues. The Kraken out in the mix right there, right? I'll not put Minnesota Wild there too, right? Most of those teams and King are going to be seller. If one of them become buyer, like Calgary could trade, Daniel, Anifin, and Langholm, right? Arizona could trade Dumba, Zucker, two of them, and maybe another one, right? And then after that, only the Kraken or maybe the team are going to maybe become a buyer. The Blues is a team does not want to go, and Doug Armstrong is very difficult to read. And I think they're not going to make a lot of move. The St. Louis Blues, I don't see that team at that level. And then the Minnesota Wild, with the lineup they have, Kaprizov have a great run right now, but I don't see they have not enough depth. The goaltending situation is not good enough to carry on that. So that came now to me between the Predator and the Kraken. If the Predator does not make an upgrade on the traded line, I don't see them make the playoff. On the flip side, I maybe slide the Kraken what I was not believe on them at the beginning because of the other situation with the other team King. Maybe not the right answer, but maybe give you a bit more some fun facts what could happen at the trade deadline. So the question is great. My answer is not very good, but because honestly, we don't really know what would be the trade deadline. Marco, don't think the Canadiens are selling this year. For what I heard, Marco, they cannot keep Dumba and they cannot keep Zucker. And they have two reasons they bred there. So I feel like they go that direction again one more year. But for what I heard for Bill Armstrong, by the time we tell us. Do you trade Xhekaj for Michkov and Rabinov? No. I don't trade Xhekaj. A lot of people think I don't like Xhekaj. I'll be honest with you. I will not trade Xhekaj at all. I will keep Xhekaj. Xhekaj will be a specific big role for the Montreal Canadiens in 2026, 2027. I don't trade Xhekaj at all. Marco, I agree with you. Philly does love a big tough player. Never said never. Bob, I agree with you about that one there. Smurf line number 2.0. Yes, I will say to you Gallagher, RHP, and Caulfield. That's the line over there. Jota, Commerce, Camerly, guys. I will remove one of Camerly or Commerce to add Gallagher with Giota on that one with Gomez. To call them not the Smurf, but the triple G. Gallagher, Giota, and Gomez. But, you know. Bob, maybe his ad was packaged Xhekaj the Flyers do it, but I don't think I make that trade. Marco, are you still here? So yesterday, Marco, and maybe the people in the chat, I'm going to make a video about this. Do you trade Kaden Coley for Quinton Byfield? I don't see that, Willie. From what we heard from, is some rumor from people, but I don't see that will happen. What is Montreal cap situation look like for the offseason, and do they think they will should trade Curry Price contract? But it's think about this King of Gamer. They removed $2.5 million of money in, or $2 million of money in, and they had to remove 3.5, I believe, for Pearson. So that leaves that right there $5.5 million for the Montreal Canadiens. So this is where they at that moment. The rest, it depends who they trade. They were Rack, Allen, Savard, Madison. Now, when I did the exercise with the contract out, I believe it was approximately $12 million. Yes, Marco said yes on that one. Here we go. Not sure many really want to trade him, Nicholas. Nicholas, everybody, that conversation about David Rebecca was bring on the rumor, trade rumor about him to get trade, to get a solid forward. I think it was something like Cutter Colucci. They refused to trade for the second pick for him. Got a depth of lefty and concern about Cody injury prone. My only thing about Marco and everybody in the chat, we know we have a lot of great players draft on the left side, right? We have Hudson, Engstrom, Strubble just starting there, right? That's three of them. But how much you know how they're going to be solid player in NHL? This is what we don't know yet. But talking about the debt they have, yes. But is it good enough to let go a guy like Cooley? We don't know yet what happened with Mayu. We don't know yet what happened with Barron. We don't know yet what happened with Rebecca. So you have a lot of questions. You have a lot of uncertain. We don't know yet how the development of those players going to do to become, to possible open the door to make a big trade like Cooley and return. Now, my answer back to you, Marco, we said to you, why I trade Cooley is because I pick a solid defenseman at the NHL draft this year. So if I got Lev Shirov for the Michigan State example, right? And I believe at the end of the night tonight, right, I got Quinton Byfield and I got a good draft pick defenseman for Coley and not to get like a Malcolm, a Catton, or an Elnesius or a Lindstrom. Nicholas, I know, gave something to get something discussion only. Okay, coach, I have to go. I get a great show tonight. Thanks for all your discussion. What got the shot? You got a great group at the fans. You see, we appreciate about hockey, the app. Thanks you, Bob. First of all, Bob, this back to you because without you, this channel not going to exist. Because many of like you make the channel better, and we know who you are, who they are. And we're really grateful and thankful. Bob, you pop up every night there. But Baron on the trade block, also, Gary. Yeah, the value of Baron is not very good in return. And I will not trade yet any right defenseman for the Montreal Canadiens. I think we don't have enough depth on that position. But Would be very interesting what happening, guys, during the season, during the off season. I still believe Montreal could draft a defenseman this year. I know some of you fans will be very upset about that, but don't be surprised if Montreal select a defenseman. What are your thoughts on the Gary Bettman final rookie who did wear the helmet for rookie laps? But this is a new. This is I believe it's a role in NHL King of Gamer for that. So what are you talking about? But they have a roles. Any prospect, they have a kind of age, and I don't know exactly the role King, but I know I don't know the right rules, but I know they have a rules about the helmet. Like the young players coming in NHL cannot wear, they cannot do the warm up without the helmet. So again, I don't know exactly the rules. I don't know the age, the many years in NHL, but you have a rule for this King. Atlanta, San Jose Sharks and the LA, they are the top tier Jersey Sharks. Sharks is at the game with Allen tonight. I'm with you, coach. Don't like the forward group on this draft. I was open to trading the first. Just draft the best player available. Here you go. Look, yeah, look, this is the best sentence, my the best thinking for what I just said. I agree with you about that. Look, Marco, great you about that. I would not trade my first round pick, Marco. At least you get something like crazy. But I will keep my first round pick if I'm a top seven, top six. But I think Marco, if that player make better, like if I get like think about this, Marco, 2 minutes. If I have Langshanov, the defenseman, I'm just talking about him, right? Because he's the best defenseman in my opinion, right? And you get now Ray Barker, and then you have Cooley, right? And then you have um, whatever you want to add on the top four. I'm just right now thinking about uh, defenseman from Montreal and Engstrom or Hudson on your top four. That gives you a lot of great set defensemen to have a great team in the NHL. And I believe after that, you can trade maybe some other defenseman uh, on the for get the forward you're looking for. Have a good night, AK. But ended up you talk about four of them. First of all, Stankos is one of them. You have Reinhardt for the Florida Panthers. You have Jake Wanzel for the Pittsburgh. Are really the top three forward. And up, it was William Nylander, but Nylander now is out. And Banzai for the Florida Panthers, guys. And the middle of that one over there. And the Flood take the lead 3-2. And at the same time, now I can leave now because the Pittsburgh tied the game 2-2, Mr. Inartap and Mr. Luciano. Nobody told me that. Great point, Nick, about that. And Rabin, hopefully that's helping you about that. If you're seeing players Pepper to waive any incident he can cause injury or death as such a fighting skate player, then I don't understand why a rookie lap would not have met a big concern. Why he cannot do that, King. The NHL contract is black and white. You cannot sign a waiver for that part over there. For the acquire the best asset and then deal with your need via trade. I agree with you about that one. If player 17 maybe can sit, otherwise should not be a problem. Don't see it's fun between trading a pick versus a prospect. Also, how you get what you need with asset there. Woody, that's funny, but it's not funny, but that's funny one over there. Hopefully she's all right. She's maybe now on the concussion, on the injury list of the mom and the Benelux. And Rabinov, I would say no to you yet. I think and Rabinov, it would be at 2025. I was thinking that way, and Rabinov, but I would prefer and Rabinov to make a trade. But again, I don't think so. They are 1 year before that. And Rabinov, I will tell you why. They still have Armia, Gallagher, Anderson, Devorak, Evans. That's 5 of them. I don't know if you want to talk about other players with bad contract or the contract are a lot. Uh, um, 5 of them. So for me, they still have about like $50 million to spend the following year in 2025. So I think that would be the way I would see that uh, for the Montreal Canadiens. I agree with you about this. Nicholas Marco, I agree. Hope they will fit our need this summer and Rabinov. And Ravesh will target VFC. I hate by it so much. No, everything could happen. Of course, the Canadiens take the lead now 3-2 against the Pittsburgh Penguins at the end of the second period. But we'll see happening for that part for the NHL. All right, guys, I was supposed to leave 15 minutes ago. I just love it. I just love to talk about hockey for that one or that. And after that, there's going to be an overtime, and Eric Carlson is going to score the goal in after that. So I can have a great day for that one. But the Metropolitan Division, guys, whatever Pittsburgh lose tonight, this is a division, guys. Anybody can get the playoff spot right now. Carolina, we have now the Islanders, Washington, Pittsburgh. It's really New Jersey. It's really the Flyers. Really crazy guy for that. And the Rangers guy is not going to maybe will finish first. So we'll see. Good night and Rabinap. Now you can go. Now you cannot go away, coach. It's the biggest problem for the Montreal Canadiens. After they drop everybody else, no, Marco. But at some point, yeah, no problem, Marco. Here we go, guys. You are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you. We want to thank Moderator Luciano and our tap to be with us tonight. We want to thank Arber Xhekaj with a great information about update. And then finally, guys, we want to thank, of course, Mr. Rick Bengal for the super chat tonight. That's complete another show of the Habs Nation Podcast. So we'll be back tomorrow night for the game Montreal Canadiens over the Ottawa Senator. Be back with us tomorrow night, guys, at 7 o'clock p.m. And I'm going to deliver another play-by-play. Until then, my friend, be well, be L. Find a way not only to dominate your day, but find a way to dominate the first half of what? Your 2024. And I'm a great night, everybody. Sweet dream. And I can wait to see you tomorrow night. Until then, the Hockey Nation Live Show and the Habs Nation Podcast. Want to tell you one more thing. We love you, people. Have a great night, everybody. Xhekaj is back in the house with the Montreal Canadiens. Have an amazing, great night, everybody. See you tomorrow night, 7 o'clock p.m. Merci, mon Luc. Willie Snyder, RJ, Luciano, Gary Cornoyer, Bob, Roy, Gary, Nicholas, and Rabinoff, RJ, King of Gamer, Marco, Willie Snyder, many others was with us tonight. We did it again. Yes, we did it. I'm hungry. Here we go. Oh, 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 oh. Booyah!